I'm here at a landscape customer's house. I brought a bunch of my own plants here and I pretty much drew up a design real quick. It wasn't real quick. I was really debating on what plants I needed and trying to get the best plants, some plants that look good. Also make a design that looks good and that they would, you know, a design that's good enough to where they would recommend me. So I just want to talk about the plants that I decided to go with. This house is surrounded by trees, kind of in the woods, so I wanted some lighter plants. I wanted continuity to make you want to keep on walking and make you wonder what's around the corner. Some exciting plants and colorful plants. So I used some yellows, oranges, and whites, variegated leaves and stuff like that. You've got caramel coral bells right here, so this is a shadier spot of the house. And then back there, I needed something in the back that got decently big, so then they didn't have to plant so much plants or so many plants. That one's called Echo the Sun. That's a hosta. It's also wavy, so it's really a top tier plant for this time of year. And then that one right there is a praying hands hosta, just really cool, upright. It won't drop, droop, or fade. That one right there is called Hudson Bay, so it's got multiple colors in it and maybe a little bit of waviness to it right now. But anyways, that continuity really is given by these next couple plants I'm going to mention. So you've got some variegated iris. They should get way better coloration, just like at my house right now. They're looking amazing. They'll also flower purple. So you've got a row here of 3, which matches the row of Liriope over there, which I'll show you in a second. And then also you've got another yellow, 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 and that kind of continues up with the variegation. So this one right here is called Chartreuse on the Loose Nepeta. And so you got one here, one there, and then one there. And then these cone flowers here, they're a double variety. Those will give you long-lasting flowers that are pretty pink. And so pinks and purple flowers kind of throughout this landscaping. There's the Chartreuse on the Loose. That's a lighter, like almost a white, bluish salvia called Bumble Sky. And then over here, I think that this design's perfect, low maintenance. That's the goal too. And then just looks good all throughout the year. So you've got 5 variegated Liriope and then 3 Karl Forster grasses. I was going to do something like some bigger flowers or something, but these are just low maintenance and they look good from late spring all the way till fall. Over here, like I said, the customer likes daylilies, so maybe in my previous attempt at this video I said that, but I got 3 daylilies as well that I got to plant in another spot. And then over here you've got a peach, Firefly Peach Sky Yarrow. It was flowering. I trimmed that one back and I also trimmed this one back. Super long blooming. And then the salvia right there is wanting to flower again, and that one was looking really good. So that one matches that one, of course. So all these flowers are pretty much pinks and purples, varying different hues and stuff. And then lighter colored stuff. I think that this whole design kind of flows really well, and you've got color, texture, you got the whole shebang. That's going to be pretty much it for this landscape design and stuff. So if you guys got any questions, suggestions, I could have done a million different things. I could have removed those daylilies and put something else there, and I would have, you know, if this is my house, I probably would have a million plants in here, or at least just big sections that sweep down, you know, or just do like 10 of one hosta, 10 coral bells, or 15 coral bells. But you can do anything really with a space like this, especially because you got this concrete. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna leave it at that. Hopefully someone gained something from this video. And this is also a burning bush tree, which I've never really seen before. And those daylilies did flower there, even though they're in the shade. This is a viburnum, and then you've got spireas already existing, so that's what's there. And then an elderberry. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I gotta plant this stuff, and then hopefully it's not dark by the time I'm done. And of course I go and start digging these holes, and I mean, it just rained, but these things are straight clay. You see that? That is gray. Above that is orange clay. If I was to have a house and I was to build a house that was like fresh, you know, instead of putting the stuff that I got from, you know, where the basement was or is, you know, I'd probably leave like, you know, at least a half foot, put compost, bark mulch mix or something to make it a little bit cheaper, and your plants will be 10 times as good. If you get weeds in here, they'll come right out. You'll honestly probably have less weeds as long as you're maintaining it good. And but yeah, this clay right here sucks. Of course, if you got a plant like a hosta or something, the root system's pretty much, you know, contained to that one area, and it probably won't ever hardly go outside of that area now. But if you amend the plant, then it'll be fine. But if you got a ton of water or something, that water will pretty much go and drain in to where that root ball is contained to. So that one circle right there could potentially fill up this winter. You could potentially have a dead plant. But if you had good soil all around, it won't go and sit in that hole or anything like that. I'm hoping that these plants do fine. Most of the time they'll be all right. They just would be much better if they were in better soil, obviously. So